All right, so this is a short one. Team approach to healthcare talks about how we fit into the whole structure system with the BLS ALS thing. We've talked a little bit about this over time. And it kind of formalizes here. So, first off, how do you make one disappear? Add a G and it's gone. Haha. See, good dad jokes. All right. Um, so, as an EMT at BLS, they call us, right? Basic life support as an EMT. We are part of a chain of command here that works together. So, all about healthcare, everything about healthcare is team based, team oriented, and we're part of that team, right? So, there are newer things out there, community, paramedicine, and mobile integrated healthcare teams. Basically, bring the healthcare to people because one of the issues we have is, especially in bigger cities, rural too, but um, inner cities is access, right? Getting to the hospital, getting to the clinics. So they're coming to you. So those are part of it, newer parts. But excuse me. Every system's different. Okay? Normally, you're going to work, if you're in a full time setting, you're going to work with the same people every day. But you will occasionally work with other people. For us, with volunteer, it's kind of, you work with the same group of people all the time, but it's not always the same people. So, um, I don't know, kind of common sense here. Special teams that you might work on: tactical EMS. You might follow SWAT. You may be on hazmat, EMS. Special events. You might work. You could work as an EMT at ball games, Twins games. Concerts. They've always got medical groups out there, and even there are bike EMS in some areas where they easy access, quick access. So those are some other things you could do. Groups versus teams. Groups are um, individuals working, right? A team is obviously groups, multiple groups that are working together, right? So, um, yeah, kind of common sense there. So 5 essential elements of a group, right? This is just in general common goal, um, continuity as a group, right? They are a group. They share the values, and they each have roles, each have a job to do within that group, right? So those are 5 essential elements of any group that's working together. Okay, dependent groups. Dependent groups are being told what to do. Independent groups are doing their own thing within their own area. And interdependent groups are interdependent, meaning they're together, they're integrated, they're working together as a team. Right. So team performance. In order to perform as a team, shared goal, clear roles. We have to have competency and the ability to do the different jobs, the diverse jobs we need. Need to be able to collaborate, and communicate, and we need to have leadership that does what it's supposed to do. Right. Support us and tell us what we need. Um, so crew resource management, CRM. Um, it's a team thing. I just got done dealing with a whole bunch of that crap with the fire officer class. Crew resource management essentially is in the 70s, 60s or 70s. Airlines were just sprouting up all over the place, and they had airline crashes all over the place. And crew resource management was kind of a problem solving um, tactic that was used to help prevent tragedies, help prevent emergencies, um, help realize that there's a problem and solve it. So they came up with that PACE mnemonic. That CRM is crew resource management. The PACE mnemonic, probing for better understanding. So ask questions. Hey, what's happening? Hey, what's this? Hey, why is this going on? Alerting command if there's an anomaly. Alerting if there's something that's out of the ordinary. Alert. Let the boss know that something's not right. Challenging the suitability of present strategy. Hey, this isn't working. Should we try something different? Right? And emergency warning of critical and immediate danger. So if there's something that's bad now, alert now. Right? So that's one of their steps of preventing bad things from happening. right? That's what that crew resource management deal is all about. And this is one of them, right? Every person should have the ability. Every person, even the bottom, the last person on the totem pole, needs to have the ability to change the outcome of the situation if something's going wrong, right? So, in any team effort, that's the same thing. Hey, this isn't working. Can we look at something different, right? Um, Especially when it comes to a critical emergency. So, transfer patient care, right? A lot of times there are mistakes at transfer patient care. We want to make sure that we do the best we can to keep our patients, keep caring for them properly, right? So, how do we transfer smoothly, right? Critical care, any critical care, bagging, CPR, anything that we're doing that's keeping them alive, that's helping to save their life. IVs, all that stuff, any medication needs to be uninterrupted. No minimal interference in this. Interact, talk face to face, talk in common language so we understand what's happening when we transfer that patient, right? BLS and ALS are together. Um, so ALS supports us, right? The ALS folks, they support us, we support them, right? And especially if you think of ALS is BLS plus a little bit more, right? That's ALS plus or BLS plus a little bit more gives you ALS. So that's all right. I got some distractions here. Um, So ALS is BLS plus, right? So they do BLS stuff, we do BLS stuff. They help us out, right? But one thing you see at the bottom, there are specific skills that your medical director can have you do. If you go to Wilmer to work, for example, I'm not saying you're going to go to, but if the difference with us, we're BLS in New London, we cannot do IVs, right? You go to Wilmer and they have their EMTs. They train their EMTs, not medics, their EMT basics to start IVs, um, because that helps speed up the process, right? So what is a paramedic only skill in some places might be something that EMTs do in other situations. So it does happen. Okay. So assisting, you will assist with ALS skills, right? We help the medics. When the medic jumps on our truck, we help them. We help prepare the patient. We help get the equipment set up. We help hold stuff for them, right? And then in continuing care after that. So we are involved in that. So advanced airways, we talked about. We've showed you advanced airways, right? King tube back there. We've worked on that. Pre-oxygenation. Before we start that, when we're intubating, especially ours takes long enough, but the actual ALS intubation takes longer. We want to pre-oxygenate them. We want to actually get their oxygen up to 100%, and we're going to hyperoxygenate basically, so that as they're intubating, that patient doesn't run low, right? So BVM pre-oxygenation, evaluate for everybody. Just here's you can I don't know. Here's an acronym for you. BEMAGIC, BEMAGIC makes sense. Um, so the GI screwed me up there. But I haven't actually used this one. This is new to me. But BEMAGIC, essentially, you're going to pre-oxygenate. You're gonna check. You'd suction for them, right? Make sure that the airway's open. They would put the intubation in. That's the attempt first pass. If you can't get theirs in, then you put ours in, which is a supraglottic. That would be the king tube, and then confirm successful intubation, which would be listening to make sure that there's no air going to the stomach and seeing chest rise. So, BEMAGIC, it's kind of common sense, but continuing care, right? We're gonna continue care after they do their intervention. We're gonna continue doing what we do. Vascular access, right? We'll help them by positioning the patient, talking the patient through it. We'll help them with setup with the tape, because you tape down an IV, stuff like that. But they'll actually do the sticking. Spiking the bag, you're adding medication to the IV bag, the normal saline bag. There'll be times they have you, you literally take a syringe and there's a little port that you shoot the other whatever you're adding to the saline in the bag. You may do that for them. Okay. So, and then continuing care, right? Once that IV started, anybody there is going to monitor that it's doing what it's supposed to do, right? Team conflicts. If you have conflicts, remember the patient always comes first. You're not always going to get along. Working in any team, you're not always going to get along, and EMS is no different. So patient always comes first, right? When in doubt, don't engage. Back down, back off. Don't get into a shouting match, right? Keep your cool, right? Keep your calm. Take a deep breath, right? It's all about the patient. It's not about you and your feelings, and it's not about them and their feelings. It's about the patient. Okay, and pick your battles. Right? Is it worth fighting over the fact that you think IV should be in the right arm and they think it should be in the left arm? Who cares? Is that worth fighting about? Right? So, and separate the person from the issue. Right? If there's a conflict, generally, well, and I can't say it always, but generally, it's about the problem, not about the person. And remember that. Okay, most of the time when people have an issue with you, it's generally more about the problem and not about you. Okay, it can be personal. It shouldn't be. It can be, but most of the time, conflicts are about the problem. Remember that. So, all right, we'll do this tomorrow. So, I want you to do today for your check-in today is I want you to list the FISDAP tests. That's going to be one of the next things we're going to do is FISDAP tests. I want you to list the different FISDAP tests. Okay, that's going to be your Chapter 41 check-in. List the different FISDAP tests. You have the study guides, hint, hint. You have the study guides already posted on the Schoology site, but list the FISDAP tests.